If you're looking to put on as much muscle mass as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time, should you dirty bulk or should you clean bulk? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna go through today is what is a dirty bulk? What is a clean bulk? The benefits and drawbacks of each, and which is gonna be the best for you to build as much muscle in the shortest amount of time frame. Before we hop into it, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jordan. I post weekly fitness content to help you get in the best shape of your life. And I'm currently doing a full bulking series where every week I'm posting videos and workout content to show you how to successfully bulk to maximize the amount of muscle mass that you build while minimizing the amount of body fat that you gain. So if you're interested in content like that, make sure that you subscribe. And if you find anything helpful in this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. It helps that content push out more so that I can help and reach more people. So let's start off with the differences between a dirty bulk and a clean bulk. We'll talk about what each of these are, what the benefits of each are, what the drawbacks of each are, and just kind of go through what's going to be the best fit for you to maximize the amount of muscle mass that you can build. So let's start off with a dirty bulk first. A dirty bulk is typically going to be where you're not necessarily worried about the quality of the food that you're eating. The goal is just volume. You're trying to eat as much food as you possibly can and really as many calories as you possibly can to put on as much weight as you possibly can. Basically, the way that you're going to gain weight, we have a maintenance amount of calories that if you eat at your maintenance amount of calories, you're going to maintain your weight. Anything below that maintenance amount of calories, you're going to lose weight. Anything above that maintenance amount of calories, you're going to gain weight. Now, the percentages of macros and the quality of food that you eat is going to determine what type of weight you're either going to gain or lose. So just basic weight gain, weight loss, maintenance amount of calories, caloric deficit, caloric surplus. In order to gain weight, we need to be in a caloric surplus. And that is really what the dirty bulk is trying to maximize, is you're picking foods that may not be as high quality. You're going to pick foods that are going to be more calorically dense so that you can consistently get into a caloric surplus and put on as much weight as possible. A lot of times this is the mindset of like, you got to eat big to get big. We're trying to consistently eat as much food as you possibly can. You're not worried about how much of a surplus you're in. You're not worried about the quality of food that you're eating. And that is really the whole basis behind a dirty bulk. In a dirty bulk, you may not even be tracking your food. It might just be like, eat as much as you possibly can at every meal and get as many meals as you possibly can throughout the day. And for some people, this might be a good option to where if you struggle gaining weight, you might have to incorporate foods that are calorically dense into your diet in order to get you in a caloric surplus. If your metabolism is just revving and you're just burning through energy, it's really hard for you to gain weight, this might be a good option to you where adding foods in that may not fit a normal quote unquote diet that really puts you into that dirty bulk might be a good option for you. Now, the drawbacks of a dirty bulk. One is going to be there's usually going to be an unnecessary amount of body fat that you gain when you're in a dirty bulk. Just by design, if you're eating lots of high fat, high calorie foods and you're in a huge caloric surplus, that's going to lead to excess body fat gain, which eventually when you're done with that bulking process and you want to lean up, it's going to take longer to go through a diet to really break down more body fat to get to where you want to be at the end of your cut. Also, another drawback of a dirty bulk is just by design, if you're eating unhealthy foods, things that are full of fat and sugar, just by design, it's not necessarily going to be super healthy. So if your main goal is prioritizing your health, dirty bulk might be an option that is not the greatest for you. If you're eating lots of sugar, this can lead to insulin resistance. If you're eating lots of fat, this can lead to higher cholesterol or just adverse health effects that we don't necessarily want. Now, a clean bulk. Clean bulk is going to be more tailored, more structured, more controlled. Clean bulk is going to prioritize good, healthy food. It's going to prioritize your lean proteins. It's going to prioritize eating enough carbohydrates to perform throughout your workout. It's going to prioritize eating vegetables. Just revolving your diet around healthy food, just eating more of it. The clean bulk is, like I said, very structured. And typically when someone is going to a clean bulk, the whole goal of that bulk is to build muscle mass while minimizing the amount of body fat that they gain. You might not be looking to add as much weight as possible. It might just be you're trying to add lean muscle mass and not necessarily overall weight. Typically with a clean bulk, you want to be at a surplus of 250 to 500 extra calories above your maintenance amount of calories. So say, for example, that someone was burning 3,000 calories at rest and they wanted to go into a lean bulking phase. In order to maximize the amount of weight that they could gain through muscle mass, they need to be in a slight caloric surplus. And like I said, anywhere from 250 to 500 extra calories throughout the day. That's going to be a place where you're going to be able to consistently be in that surplus, but not be so crazy in that surplus to where we're adding a lot of excess body fats. Now, I will say that anytime you are trying to gain weight and you're eating a caloric surplus for an extended period of time, you will gain body fat in that process. There's really no way around this, and that's perfectly normal. What the clean bulk is trying to do is trying to maximize muscle gain and lean tissue gain while minimizing the amount of body fat that you gain. So when you're done with that bulk, you go into a cutting phase and try to lean up a little bit. It doesn't take as long, and it's not as grueling of a process to where if you're in a dirty bulk and you add 50 pounds on versus you're in a clean bulk and you add maybe 15 or 20 pounds on, there's going to be less body fat that you have to strip away at the end of that bulk. Now, the drawback of this lean bulk is there isn't going to be as much weight gain. And for some people, they might think that maybe they're not going to maximize the amount of muscle tissue that they build because they're not in this crazy surplus. So if your goal is to really put on as much weight as possible and you're not really worried about the composition of that weight, whether it's body fat, water, or lean muscle mass, the lean bulk is probably not a great option for you because you're not necessarily going to put on as much weight as you possibly can because not as much of it is going to be coming from body fat. So we talked about dirty bulking, talked about clean bulking. Now, in my opinion, the most optimal way to train to gain lean muscle mass and minimize body fat gain is a clean bulk. Dirty bulks are something, in my opinion, that one, it's not necessarily healthy. So no matter what your goal is, whether your goal is to build muscle or lose weight or lift as much weight as you possibly can or run a marathon, the main goal should always come back to health. And if you're doing something to try to achieve a fitness goal that is unhealthy, I would argue that we should not be doing that. So in my opinion, if you're trying to build muscle mass and you're trying to add on size, the lean bulk or the clean bulk is the way to go. Eating in that 250 to 500 extra calorie surplus is going to be enough to where you're going to be able to put yourself in a consistent surplus to add muscle tissue and add lean muscle mass. You will add some body fat in that process. And like I said, there's no way around that. So when you're done with that bulking phase, you can go into a cut phase. But the huge benefit is by doing a clean bulk, you're not going to have to spend as much time as that in that cutting phase to strip down body fat because you haven't put on as much body fat as you would if you're going into a dirty bulk. Now, the biggest thing behind a clean bulk is to make sure that you structure it. You're structuring the amount of carbs, protein, fat that you specifically need for you, and each individual is going to be very different to gain weight. I have a link down in the comment section below where you can go fill out a form on my website, and I'll personally calculate your macros for free. So when you're done watching this video, go fill out that form. Like I said, I'll get you back your macros for free. Now, I've talked about this in other videos too before. When you're in a bulking phase, we also want to make sure that it's not just the nutrition that we're trying to optimize. We're also trying to optimize our recovery and our training. So when we're coming into the gym, we have these extra calories. We need to make sure that we're putting those extra calories to use. If you're just doing these cookie cutter workouts where it's the same thing every week, you're not challenging your body, you're not stimulating your muscles, you're not giving your body reason to change, those extra calories are going to turn into body fat. Versus if you're finding ways to overload, if you're consistently trying to improve week to week, if you're slowly adding volume throughout that bulking phase and throughout that program, and by volume I mean sets and reps and exercises, that's going to create the stimulus that you need to build muscle. There always needs to be some sort of progression from week to week, month to month, because our body's very good at maintaining what it's doing right now. So if you don't consistently give your body a nudge to build muscle, it's going to stay the same. Those extra calories are going to turn to body fat. And at the end of your bulk, you're not going to put any muscle mass on, maybe put 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds of body fat on, and you got to cut that down, and then you're back to square one. So make sure that you're coming in and you're stimulating your muscles, you're pushing yourself, and you're giving your body a reason to change. I actually have a full 6-week mass program that structures all of your workouts, sets, reps, exercises, takes all the guesswork out of it. I'll leave the link to that down in the description below, and I'll also leave you a 20% discount code if you're looking to save some money on the program and really start your new year with a plan. Recovery aspect of things. When you're going into a bulking phase and you're adding volume, adding sets, adding reps, there's going to be more fatigue on the body. So in order to combat that, we need to make sure that we're taking advantage of recovery. Eating enough protein is something that's going to help recover your muscles from workout to workout, but also sleep is something that's going to be huge. Making sure that you're at least getting 7 hours of sleep every single night. That's something that is really going to help you repair those muscles, come back stronger, and give effort in the gym from week to week. You also might be sore from workout to workout, and that's where doing enough recovery and mobility work will also help too. To where if you are sore from workout to workout and you're coming in and you hit legs, and then 3 or 4 days later you're going to hit legs again, but your legs are still sore because you're not recovering, that's a huge area of opportunity where you can add some mobility and some stretching work into your program. That's really going to help those muscle tissues recover so that you can come back and hit those muscles again. So to summarize this video up, lean, clean bulks are the way to go. Dirty bulks are not. They're not healthy. You're going to add too much body fat, and you can still maximize building muscle mass while being in that 250 to 500 calorie controlled surplus. And in the process, you're going to add less body fat on. Make sure that you're providing that stimulus in your workouts so that you're going in, you're giving your body a reason to change, and you're also prioritizing your recovery, because when we're working out, when we're actually lifting and doing our exercises, that's where we're breaking down muscle tissue. It's that 24 to 72 hours after the workout and that recovery process where we really rebuild muscle tissue and build back up. So if you found anything helpful in this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. And like I said, if you don't know how many calories, your carbs, your fat, your protein that you should be eating, go down to the comments, click on that link, fill out that form. I'll calculate your macros for free. And if you're looking for a program and you're looking to take all that guesswork out of your training, go sign up for my 6-week mass program. It'll take all the guesswork out of it so you can start maximizing and streamlining your results. I hope this video was helpful. I'm gonna leave a couple other videos to watch on the screen here next. Make sure you check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.